Every day, a child is neglected or abused emotionally, physically, or sexually.
A tough reality to accept, and it's happening right here in Mississippi. Now, last night on WLOX News Now at 10, we brought you the first part of a nationwide three-part investigative series that explored national statistics through the lens of a child who died due to child abuse right here on the Gulf Coast.
That was 3-year-old Cheyenne Heyer, who died after her mother, former Long Beach police officer Cassie Barker, left her in a hot patrol car. The latest numbers from the Children's Bureau of Maltreatment report shows nearly 10,500 children in the state were abused in 2017, a 40% increase from 2013. Tonight, we continue the investigation with our own Desiree Duncan. She looked into why the numbers are up and how Mississippi is changing, how it's responding to child abuse to keep every child safe.
Everyone's childhood is different. Different experiences, different memories. But for at least 1 out of every 7 children across the country, those experiences, those memories are ones no childhood should include.
Unfortunately, that joy and that innocence, it was interrupted.
Sasha Joseph Newlinger isn't a doctor or a social worker. He's a filmmaker, but he's an expert on child abuse.
When I was 4 years old, I was sexually abused for the first time.
That sexual abuse lasted 4 years by 3 separate family members. And for years after, Newlinger had to relive the disturbing experiences again and again and again to bring his abusers to justice.
That's emotionally exhausting for a child, and it's secondary trauma.
Former Georgia Special Victims Detective Kevin McNeil agrees. He's now CEO of the 12 Project, educating others on the harmful effects of abuse.
A lot of times what happened, inadvertently, we would actually use the victim to get to the suspect. So we would actually re-traumatize the victim and use them as a pawn to make a case against the suspect.
Both Newlinger and McNeil's experiences have led them to become huge proponents for child advocacy centers. They were 2 of many presenters at Mississippi's One Loud Voice conference in April. They say CACs have revolutionized how child abuse cases are handled and how children share their stories. Mississippi has 11 CACs. Executive Director Carla Ty says the number of children with those traumatic stories to share has skyrocketed, up more than 137% in the last 4 years.
It's not that those cases weren't there. They're just now coming through the system in a way that they're no longer falling through the cracks.
Without a CAC, a child must tell their story to a number of people, including therapists and doctors, attorneys and judges, social workers, and law enforcement. A CAC brings a team of experts together, so a child tells their story just once, and the team collaborates throughout the investigation.
We have to make sure that we have one place where those agencies come together, we work together on the best interest of the child.
Last year, 572 children came through the South Mississippi CAC. With the numbers rising, its director Crystal Hilliard says it's because CACs make sure no child falls through the cracks of an overtasked child welfare system.
CPS would send a referral to law enforcement and it would just sit there, then law enforcement do the same thing, but then it was no one really to hold anyone accountable.
And holding the system accountable is key, according to victims like Sasha Newlinger, who says he's encouraged to see progress in protecting children from the horrors he endured.
If we give them access to justice and healing right now, when they're kids, when their brains are still elastic, then we're giving ourselves an opportunity for reduced numbers in the future and a brighter future to give to them and future generations.
In Biloxi, Desiree Duncan, WLOX News Now.
And you can watch the next part of our National Investigative Special Report on Child Abuse tomorrow night on WLOX News Now at 10.
The third installment will air Thursday night also at 10.